As it stands today, I said I would be talking about the tech that gets me through this lockdown period, and it's pretty simple. We've got at least four different items that I consider a go-to as of late, and we'll be reviewing each of them throughout this next couple of months individually on this channel of mine, just so that you guys can get an idea of how aggressively I'm using them to stall off that boredom factor. The last thing that I did want to take on was the fact of something that is needed from you guys in terms of not only support for the channel, but support for the brand that I'm sitting with. I'd like to know a little bit more of what it is that you guys would like to see on this channel, just so that I have an understanding of the kind of things in terms of tech and daily usage you would want from me as a content provider going forward. So hit that up in the comments below, just so I have an idea, and we'll take a look at this going forward. Peace out. Okay, so the four items that I'm currently running with at the moment that I cannot do without is essentially number one, my UPS. Started a new job over the course of this year. I think last year, just towards the end of it, around the September, October, November, September, December time. And essentially what happened with it is they sent me an entire rig, and they gave me a UPS that went with this. And I cannot express to you how important this UPS has actually been in order to sustain the way that I'm feeling about my setup and my gear and my downtime. It's really good that occasionally you do switch off and just de-technologize for a little bit, but that's not why you're here on this channel. You're here for the edge that keeps you going when things aren't doing the things it's supposed to. And essentially what this UPS does is it allows me to stay up during load shedding. And I'm talking about, there's a couple of things, because the UPS goes hand in hand with my brand new fiber line that's also been installed, compliments of work. It really is a unforeseen combo that I just absolutely love. And the best part about it is that it provides me about 2 hours and 15 minutes of usage, depending on what I've got assigned and hooked up to it for the day. Sometimes I like to put my TV on it if I know load shedding is pulling through. Other times I like to do my work PC on it. Other times I like to do my gaming rig, just to make sure that I can actually save and shut down safely if I'm in a game or in an editing session for the channel. And that is low-key one of the better aspects of my UPS. Item number two is my Kindle Fire HD 8 tablet. And this bad boy, let me just pull this up. This bad boy, coupled with the UPS and my fiber never going down because of said UPS, is absolutely spectacular. So I'll be taking you through this a little bit later on an individual video for this device. And I absolutely love it. It's great because I can add things like my Crunchyroll subscription onto it. I can do my Netflix on there. I can do, I believe it is my, I need to check on Showmax, and I need to check on my DSTV Now. Because it is an American based product, they don't cater for those apps on the Amazon App Store as yet. And aside from that, I also get to do a lot of my reading that I do on a daily basis off of this device. I absolutely love it. And what I find with it is that because it's got these settings that you can run through and adjust for, as long as I've got my headset in at night, I can put it on my bedside and let my wife sleep, because I'm a night owl by nature. And as I'm a night owl by nature, I'm allowed to watch these shows right next to my bedside before I go to bed with my headset in. And you'll be surprised how much content I actually consume just before that bedtime for the evening. I don't know if it's healthy or not, but that's not what we're here for. It's all about the tech. Item number, what is that? Item number 3 is essentially my new Amazon 4K Fire Stick. And I absolutely love this little beast. And that is merely because of the fact that it makes TVs in my house that aren't smart. And it goes a long way into actually producing entertainment for me during this boredom period. I've got a Sony Bravia that's a bit more of a classic in my bedroom, and that is also where my wife watches most of her television. The problem that I've had with it is that we can't update or download apps on it since it's not a smart device. We've added an additional little media player to it, but I find that it's not as smooth and intuitive as the Fire Stick. And that being said, if I look at the way that the Fire Stick just performs and changes the entire feel of that television, it feels like I bought that TV maybe this year. That being said, it is a plasma, it is bulky, but the Fire Stick carries it to where it needs to be on a daily basis. Alright, and number four. Number four is low-key the most underrated one on this list, and that is essentially my Samsung Ultra HD QLED television. And what can I say about this bad boy besides the fact that I absolutely love this television? So it was my little midlife crisis just before I got married to Simone. Okay, a little while before I got married to Simone, and it was part of my original setup before I left the household where I lived with my folks. Obviously, we're living in our own place now, and with that comes its own fair share of responsibilities and everything that goes with it. What's different about the Samsung QLED is the factor of its actual real-time convenience. And when I say that, Samsung has done really well at making sure this device does what cannot be done on other televisions. One, things work. I sign into subscriptions and apps and I use them like there is no tomorrow. I've got Showmax on here, I've got DSTV now, I've got Netflix on here, I've got YouTube, and there are a couple of other apps that I've added like Twitch, just to make sure that I've got a versatility, I've got a huge versatility when it comes to the content that I'm consuming. And the best part about this television as a whole is the fact that if I've got a LAN cable and a connection, I can adjust it so that this TV survives the entire period of load shedding with just this UPS. And what more could you want from someone that's based out in South Africa that does what it needs to do? Alright. So, that being said, I'll take you through the television a little bit later. And then the last thing that I'm sitting with, and that is essentially my go-to for keeping my sanity in my little place, is my brand new fat sack. And I don't know if you guys have heard about these, but these are essentially ultimately the most underrated little numbers you could be using on a daily basis.
So thank you once again for coming out to the channel. If you like what you're seeing here, hit that like and subscribe button, and don't forget to share this with your friends. Really appreciate the time you took to come and watch this video today, and we'll be chatting soon. Bye for now.